What's up YouTube? Jeff back from Semi Guru here, and today we're going to be taking a look at all of the updates that you need to do to your various Galaxy apps after installing the One UI 7.0 update. It's always exciting to get a brand new update, and once you play around and try a few things, set up some of the new features, which we do have a first 10 things video that goes through the first things you should do and try with One UI 7. I'll link it below. You also want to update all of your apps because they are also going to get new features, new functionality, new stability fixes for One UI 7. We're going to go through that today. Before we get started, I do want to remind you guys, make sure you check out the website, samiguru.com, covering the latest Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. If you bookmark the website, we have all the great breaking Samsung news, including One UI 7. And of course, we'll be covering One UI 8.0, which the beta will probably start pretty soon because Samsung is way behind. You can also get in our mystery box program. Tap on the link if you're going to buy an S25 Edge, Z Fold 7 or Z Flip 7, tap on your desired phone, put in your phone number, email, or both. You'll get a free case, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand when you pre-order through our link on launch day. We cover shipping costs. It costs nothing extra to you at all. So check that out if you're interested. It'll be in the pinned comment and description below. So I took note when I installed One UI 7, this is my S24 Ultra, the stable version, of all the app updates I received after installing the stable version. And in fact, I took a bunch of screenshots. This is just one of them, but look at all of these app updates that were waiting. So there's some, I'm going to go through some of these in separate videos and detail them that have a few extra features, but let's just go through the updates and then I'll talk about two really huge updates that were both over 1 GB in size that you want to make sure you don't miss. So you've got Samsung Internet Browser. From what I can tell, this only adds a new feature to suggest that you close unused browser tabs. Doesn't really do anything crazy. I may combine these two into one video and take a detailed look. Reminder has a couple of new options in the settings, but nothing crazy. Samsung Cloud Platform Manager, stability for Samsung Cloud if you utilize Samsung Cloud to sync things. AR Doodle has a brand new icon, but really no new features. It allows you to draw custom doodles and things like that when you're recording a video. Samsung Cloud itself brings stability as well for the cloud in conjunction with this Platform Manager update. Samsung members always gets an update whenever the stable One UI 7 rolls out because, of course, the beta program is usually housed there. When they end the beta program, which they already have, you get an update. Expert RAW, this has a pretty interesting update. It has some improvements to the exposure. Let me show you guys really quick. It has some improvements to this guy, the exposure monitor. You've got zebra pattern, which is now being improved, and false color. These have both been improved a little bit in the update. Besides that, there's nothing new. We've been waiting for them to add the adaptive pixel for 200 megapixel mode in here, and that has not happened yet. You guys can see here with adaptive pixel, if you turn this to 200 megapixels, let's say, well, if you go to 50 megapixels, you'll notice the adaptive pixel, let's go back, the adaptive pixel is turned off. You can't enable it there. So we're trying to get that higher megapixel adaptive pixel feature. That hasn't come yet. There's also nothing new inside the labs here. These are all things that were there before. So really just a couple of tweaks to the exposure monitor, but that's still an interesting update. I still highly recommend using Expert RAW as your main camera app because the processing better. Specifically on the S25 Ultra, it's way better. Then there's all these on-device resource language packs if you use them for the translator app and all that kind of stuff. And also for Galaxy AI if you speak other languages. There's also another really important language update we're going to look at in a second. Galaxy Watch Manager, so you always have those updates if you use a Galaxy Watch when you get a new OS. Netflix and Spotify shop Samsung, not really important. Keys Cafe got some new bug fixes for using Korean keyboard, which is not a massive thing to most people. Galaxy Enhance X, this one did get a sizable update. Galaxy Enhance X is Samsung's AI-based photo editor. If you utilize this, now these downloadable features are active. I made a video talking about how this is going to work in the future, where you'll have modules that are kind of large, take up a lot of space. You can download them separately, and now you can do that. So these are now available to download. You see I downloaded them. Sky Guy, let's see, actually, it's not that large, 29.49 megs. I downloaded this one yesterday. So you can download that separately now. And then also the camera shift, which is probably the coolest of the two. Camera shift allows you to basically take a video and then they can adjust the camera angle after you take the video. So these were not downloadable inside the application Galaxy Enhance X. Now they are. This is version 15.0.23, 80.11 megabytes for camera shift. Now they're available in those downloadable modules. I do have a video where I talked about how to utilize Camera Shift and Sky Guide. I can drop it below if you're interested. Galaxy Enhance X is a great application that continues to get a lot of good features. I know even though Galaxy Eye obviously exists in other places, I think for now it's still worth downloading if you do a lot of editing and you want to do quick editing. If you take a lot of photos, obviously, of the night sky, it's very useful to have this module. And if you want to change the angle of your videos, which I think is useful for a lot of people, then the Camera Shift module works quite well. You can see an example of how they have it right here in their cover image for the module. So that's a pretty substantial update if you use Galaxy Enhance X. That's most of them. There was a Samsung Notes update as well. There was no new features in there that I could spot. Been waiting for the Galaxy Math Solve feature to come to phones. I don't even know if it is. It might only stay exclusive to the tablets. It's on my Tab S10 Ultra, but it's not in the Notes app yet on the phone yet, even in One UI 7 stable. The final two updates, which are both absolutely massively large in size, is the Samsung Language Core update, which if you search the Galaxy Store, you'll find it. You should have this one waiting. Unfortunately, I didn't screenshot this one. I should have, but I forgot. It's kind of tough when you cover Samsung for a living. You need a screenshot every time you do an update. This is an update that basically allows you to get natural language processing for Galaxy Eye on the keyboard. Also helps with Samsung Health to understand health information, generate the energy score, sleep score if you have a Galaxy Ring like I do over here. It's very important to Galaxy AI and allows offline processing if you want to do that to maintain your privacy. So this was a nearly 1.3 gigs update, version 1.0.01.72. A lot of people probably have no idea what this does, but it's a very important one to update after One UI 7 if you want to make use of all those new features that you received with One UI 7. The other one is Samsung Vision Core, Vision model, and this one's also a very large update. This was version 2.0.05.17, 1 gig basically, April 3rd, 2025. This is a model for generative AI-based solutions. And what this lets you basically do is it allows you to use the ambient wallpapers that kind of do the ambient weather. So if you go to wallpaper and style, if you want to use this guy, the photo ambient wallpaper option, this allows you to take advantage of that and improves and refines the algorithm. It's something I've used a couple of times. It does consume a lot of battery, but if you utilize that feature, that is also an important update. But that Language Core one is by far probably the most important update because it has to do with a lot of different Galaxy Eye features that you probably do utilize. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out SammyGuru.com for up-to-the-minute news for Samsung tips, tricks, tutorials, reviews. Check out the Mystery Box program. We also have a new YouTube channel for Sammy Gurus. We're going to have more people making content, not just me. So if you love Samsung, subscribe to that. I'll put the link to it below. Appreciate you guys checking out this one. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.